What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. This is episode 7 of Beauty in Black, and let me tell you, Uncle Norman, he done set it off. We had to choose sides, and as of right now, I don't know what season 2 is gonna hold, but I'm with Team Norman because they laying down bodies, and these aren't accidental bodies. These are the real deal. I'm talking about the whole medical staff is gone. And Kimmy, her and Angel, they about to put this plan together to try to get this money. But I don't think Horse is going out like no chump either. Before we jump into this and break down episode 7, if you like Beauty in the Black, a family that's dysfunctional and struggling to try to stay afloat with a lawsuit pending, then this show might be for you. Go ahead, hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. And hey man, we really working overtime this year. Check out the Jerry Springer recap on the channel also. But let's jump into it. This is Beauty in the Black, episode 7. Uncle Norman is doing his own research. He goes over to the tow yard where the car was found and where his wife's body was found. Now, when he talks to the guy that's working there, he's asking him, hey, did you see anything? He's like, nah, the cameras were out. He was like, man, because they found my wife's body over here. And it turns out the guy working, his brother was the person that was working the night that the shooting happened. And that was his brother. So both of these guys, they're in the same boat. They both potentially lost somebody. Well, this guy did lose someone. He's potentially about to lose his wife. But they're cooperating with each other because they both want answers to what happened that night. We know Roy is on a rampage to try to prove to everyone that he runs this business. I am the face of this business. Well, my wife is the face, but the only reason she's the face is because she was married into it. But I'm the big dog. And that's because, remember, the lawyer Lena, she didn't hype him up. So now he's at his desk and he's all the way coked out. He's on another level. Typically, we see Roy at a 6-7. He's at probably like a 9 right now. Now, Mallory comes in and she's like, what are you doing? He's like, don't talk to me. I'm in charge of this. You've been trying to do whatever you wanted to do, and I'm tired of that. I'm in charge. But really, Mallory's like, Roy, you're not smart enough to run this operation. I told you Roy was on a level 9. So now he's getting reckless. We ain't never really seen him talk too bad to Mallory, but he's like, all of y'all work for me, especially you, beep. And as soon as that beep came out of his mouth, she slapped the hell out of him. Now these two, they going at it. He uses a little bit of force and put her back into the chair. And I'm like, oh, here we go. What the hell's about to happen? But luckily, Calvin and Gillian, they're outside. So Calvin comes in and breaks this up. Calvin came in here to break everything up because he's doing his job. He's security for Miss Mallory. Now, Roy, he doesn't like this. He's on level 9 coke, and I ain't never seen no one like this except for Tony Montana. That's the next stage. That's a full-blown 10. Roy tries to swing on Calvin, but he's too high. Calvin moves out the way, and he falls down. So everyone's trying to get him to calm down, like, Roy, chill. But Mallory tells Calvin to go ahead and leave because it ain't that serious. But we know that Calvin and Mallory, they've been a little too close. Yeah, the back of the Tahoe close. So he's standing up for her, and Gillian is looking like, yeah, you really are messing with Mallory. So this is the dysfunction that we've been waiting to see. Now, this is some wild scene here. We go into the locker room, Angel's showing up. Now, Salvo's in here, and he's like, hey, man, we robbing them tonight? And we're like, shh, be quiet, man. If you're going to do this robbery, you definitely don't want to do a robbery with multiple people. If you ever commit a crime, I'm not condoning it. Do the crime by yourself. You're less likely to get caught and less likely to have someone tell on you. But Angel's like, nigga, I'm only cutting you in on this because I need a car because my car is towed up. So Salvo, it seems that he has a couple of people that are going to actually go in there and help out with this robbery. So we already know just from listening to this conversation, it isn't going to work. It isn't going to go according to plan because we got too many money-hungry idiots on this job. We know the robbery needs to happen so Angel and Kimmy can get out of this lifestyle. When Kimmy goes into the locker room, Body is harassing her. What do you and Angel got going on? I keep seeing you talk to him. What's going on? Y'all effing around? She's like, nah, we just know each other from way back. And technically she's right, and they ain't effing around, so Kimmy isn't lying. But Body wants to know everything that's going on because she's already getting threatened to lose her job to Kimmy. Well, now Body is taking it to another level. She keeps saying, wait till you see my new bitch. Wait till you see my new girl. She gonna come in here. Ooh, she a young one too. She gonna come in here and tear things up. Cause you know they like them young. I'm like, whoa, hey, yo, this is not a Drake party. But she's hinting at something. And this is some foreshadowing. But keep in mind the age we're talking about and things that have transpired previously to this. Gillian goes into the break room to talk to Calvin. She's like, what the hell's going on in there? Why are you stepping up for her? He's like, chill, that's my job, and I'm not about to let this tear up what I got. I need my paycheck, even if it is an apartment above a garage. This is some good money and this is some good living. Gillian's talking about, I knew you was messing with her. I seen that, and I'm gonna get even with you. But why you gotta do that? You my man. He's like, I'm not your man. I am a co-worker, and I just happen to live in the same building you live in. She's upset because he's over here sticking up for Mallory, and she can't get no action from him because, hey man, you gotta go where the bag is. Uncle Horse pulls up to the strip club because he's trying to see Angel again, and of course, Kimmy is like his broker. But when he pulls up, tonight is supposed to be super packed. Everyone's in the house. Ladies, time to get them dollars. But when he gets up there, the valet guy's like, hey, listen, we got us a little freak off going in the back lot. You ain't even got to get up out your truck. Horace hears this. He's like, ooh, a freak off. I would definitely like to be involved in that. I'm old school, but I'm new to this. So he takes this advice and he decides to go on around back. And what's going on back there? Trust me, none of us listening to this, we are civilized human beings. We will not be back there in that freak off parking lot. This night at the strip club is super packed. Even Charles then pulled up, and we know how Charles gets down. He's over there messing with the family lawyer. He talking about let me go to the club, but when he gets to the club, who does he run into? Salvo. Who is Salvo? This guy that's supposed to be going with Angel to go and rob Horse. But right now, he's over here because he needs money too, and these two trying to have their own little freak off. They talking about let's go to the bathroom. We got some party powder. I'm like, man, this is not the strip club y'all want to be. I want to know what their health score is. This place needs to be shut down. We all know about the movie Driving Miss Daisy. Well, this is driving Miss Mallory crazy because she tells Calvin to come into the room. Well, he really comes in there on his own. And Calvin, he turns from an employee to some aggressive guy because he knows what Mallory likes. Now, she's telling him, don't you ever come in between me and my husband again. You work for me. You do what I say. If you want to keep your job, you'll fall back. But this guy is defiant. He's over here. He's talking to her. You like when I do what I do. You like how I talk to you. You like when I push up against you. Because we know that she's already told him to get in the back of the truck. How younger men don't look at her like that no more. So her and Calvin, it's this unwritten chemistry problem that they got between the two, and it just keeps drawing them in. And she likes Calvin talking to her like this because Roy is doing his own thing. And she's falling right into it. Calvin, he's wilding out. If you're listening to me right now, do not get involved like this, especially if that's your boss. Or number one rule, they married, don't do this. But Calvin, he's losing it. And that's because he's just feeding off her energy. And she says he's fired and she'll find someone else to drive her home. He's like, all right, cool. But we know this ain't the end of this. In the freak off parking lot behind the club, Kimmy comes out there. Now, all around the parking lot, people are butt naked, getting buck wild. Wildin'. Kimmy hops in the truck. She's talking to Horace, and he's like, so what's going on? She's like, all right, look, we can make this happen. But she keeps insinuating that Horace knows what's going on. Now, what the strip club and Jules got going on is separate from what Horace has going on. Even Olivia, the mom, knows that there's some trafficking going on. But she's sitting back here and Horace keeps saying, why do you think I know what's happening? And she's like, well, don't worry about it. We can get Angel and we can set this whole ordeal up. He's like, all right, well, we're going to go to one of my houses. I don't want to go back to that motel, that BBL motel. It just ain't going to do it. His asthma get to kicking up because of the stench in there. Yeah. Kimmy goes and tells Angel about the change of plan. It won't be at the motel BBL. It'll be at one of Horace's house. Now, Angel is getting spooked because they thought it was just going to be a run in the motel, get this money, maybe hide in the bathroom and ambush him. But they're going to this house, so he wants to know, is there any security that's going to be there? Remember, he's going with Salvo because Salvo has the car, and we don't know how many people they're bringing along. But Angel's like, you know what? We need this money. Don't worry about it. We got it. We gonna make this thing happen one way or another. Norman and Jules get on the phone. And remember, Mallory knows that Uncle Norman moved the body. So what he's doing is trying to figure out where Uncle Norman moved his body. So Jules, he's like, nah. I'm working with you, Norman. You got to trust me. I'm on your side. I only work with your brother because that's to cover up all the other stuff. Because you know the security company is just a front for our trafficking. Come on, Uncle Norman. But what we seen Norman do was take out 4 people in the ambulance. So at this point, we know he's not trusting anybody. So right now, Norman is a lone wolf, and he's not telling anyone his plan because he doesn't trust anybody. Not you, not me. We knew it was only a matter of time before Calvin and Mallory got back together and doing what grown folks do when no one was watching. Well, Mallory fired him and told him that she would find someone else to take her home. In reality, she didn't even look for anybody. So while Calvin was sitting downstairs waiting to get on the elevator, she comes down talking about, you'll have to take me home. But they get in the elevator. They don't say too many words. Don't need no talking. He presses the emergency stop. I always thought that notified security, but he stops the elevator. And of course, these two, they get nasty in the elevator. We ain't going nowhere. Suspended in air, suspended in time. Angel and Kimmy take Salvo's car because he's preoccupied with Charles. They get over to the house and they're looking around. There's no lights on. There's nothing. It looks abandoned. But Horace has money, and this is one of the places he's keeping off of the books. Kimmy's looking around like this just don't seem right. She really doesn't want to get Horace robbed because he's been treating her good. But Angel's like, the hell with it. We need this money. He had a $1.2 million watch. He got to have a safe or something around here. So Angel, he's with it. And this is typically how crimes go wrong because, first of all, you shouldn't be committing crimes. And secondly, you never know what someone will do when they're backed into a corner. Once they get in there, Angel and Horace, they go upstairs to the bedroom. Kimmy goes into the kitchen. Now, Angel's talking about let's chill. You know what I'm saying? No rushing, nothing. But he over here taking drinks to the head. 1 shot, 2 shot. Horace is over here like, man, I can barely breathe. I'm not about to be drinking like that. Right now, it seems like the plan is going good. But Angel keeps texting on his phone. Now, he's saying it's his baby mama, but he's really texting Salvo like, hey, where you at? You supposed to meet us over here. Where's the goons at? Where's the guns? Where's the rope? Where's everything we need for this robbery? This plan isn't going according to plan. While Kimmy is sitting downstairs in the kitchen, waiting for whatever the hell is going to happen, she ends up getting a phone call from an unknown number. She looks, she's like, hello? Kimmy? She's like, who is this? It's Rain. Why haven't you came to visit me at the hospital? Wait a minute, we thought Rain was unalive. It turns out somebody came in and had her moved to another hospital. So Horace really helped out. Remember he said he was going to go and look out for her friend and see what he could do? So this whole time we thought Rain was dead. She just got moved to another hospital. Some mysterious man came and did it. So now Kimmy's like, wait, we definitely can't rob Horace. Horace actually helped me out. The last thing we see, Lambo, yellow, going down the private road, cruising. They got some music blasting, yeah, boy. And then out of nowhere, you see a hit crew come up out the woods. They tearing the Lambo up. The Lamborghini ends up blowing up, and we're like, what the hell? Wait a minute. That yellow Lamborghini belonged to Charles. Who would send these hitmen out here? But then Norman told Horace that he was going to get both of Horace's kids. So did Norman send this hit squad to get at Charles? All right, there you go. Episode 7 recap. We got 1 episode left. When you seen this hit squad jump up out of here, what were you thinking? Were you thinking this is the end of Charles? Norman is really about to go to war with his family? Or you're thinking maybe Charles will survive this? And on top of that, are you going through with a robbery that you didn't plan all the way out, especially if it's at a place that you didn't even know anything about? That's just so risky to me. I'm not committing no robberies anyway. But let me know what you think. I'm J. Tune in tomorrow for the finale of season 1 of Beauty in Black. Season 2 of Beauty in Black is dropping this year. So if you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We will be covering season 2. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.